Hey guys, welcome back to the TheConnoisseur Reviews. Yesterday we had huge Pokemon news. They had the Pokemon Direct. I was supposed to do a video yesterday, but unfortunately I got busy, and it's coming out today. So here's my thoughts on the new news from the Pokemon Direct and everything that went down. We got a new Mystery Dungeon game, sort of. It's just a remake of the original Mystery Dungeon, which is fine. I played it. It was a fun experience, but I haven't really been a Mystery Dungeon fan since then, so whatever, that's whatever. But the big news is that we are getting an expansion pack, 2 expansion packs for Pokemon Shield and Sword, the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, which is awesome. This is exactly what I kind of wanted with Pokemon Sword and Shield going forward. It would be kind of a disservice if we just got a brand new game, like a third version or something, and then they just added a couple new things here and there, and that was it. That would be paying $60 for basically an expansion pack would have been kind of lame. But this one, you get to continue off where you left off, and you'll have a totally brand new experience in these 2 locations. Each of them are releasing. The Isle of Armor is releasing in June, and then the Crown Tundra is releasing later in the year. I think it's November time, so perfect timing. Each of the locations have new Pokemon and a brand new own like wild area-esque area, basically, with its own story and whatever it's going to happen. And that's kind of interesting to me, and that's what I want to see coming from Pokemon. It is $30 for this expansion pack, which is a little hefty, but if the quality of the content is there, I believe it's justified. And maybe they'll package it like how they have been doing, like the Smash Pass and stuff like that, where you pay a certain amount and then you are guaranteed at least 2 to 5 like areas or something. That would be kind of cool. And later down the line they can still keep doing these expansions. So with this expansion we also get 200 Pokemon. So 200 Pokemon are returning. A lot of people are getting upset about this. They're basically saying that Nintendo's making you, or Pokemon Company is forcing you to pay for an update in order to get the old Pokemon. Actually, they're not. They're not really doing that. You're paying the extra money for the new area, the locales, the separate stories for those locations with the legendaries and all that stuff. But you get a free update to basically be able to transfer those 200 Pokemon easily. You can do it through Home. You can transfer with other people that have the expansion if they have it. If not, you can just do it through Pokemon Home, which drops next month, which is awesome. So I don't see the big issue there, because I was saying they'll probably roll out Pokemon like that. Yes, it's enticing in that sense, but it's not mandatory for you to buy the 2 expansions in order to get the extra Pokemon that were cut from the decks, basically from the Dexit and all that stuff. But I mean, to each his own. I don't feel like it's unfair, but if these expansion packs aren't worth $30, I will be very disappointed, because if they're only an hour storyline here and there, that's kind of disappointing. But if it's actually something expansive that'll take up another 5 hours or so to do, that'll be fine. That'll be kind of cool, with new characters, new locations, places to explore, items to discover, lore to figure out, maybe clear up some things with the characters that, like, where are they now kind of thing. I know it's still in the same timeline, but you can still see them grow, and there being growth in the characters. They're gonna show off some more of the gym leaders that they said. Remember, they said that there were a lot of gym leaders, and they have to qualify for each event. So these could be the areas where the other gym leaders are that didn't qualify for the league championship this year. So that's kind of cool. The new Pokemon that they've shown off are 2 legendaries. Kubfu, which is a fighting type that evolves into Urshifu, and it has 2 different forms. It has a dark fighting type and a water fighting type. I think they both look cool. They're interesting looking Pokemon. Supposedly they're really strong, and you're supposed to have like a storyline bond with them. You're supposed to train with them and do something, and we'll see how that goes. Then there's Calyrex, I think that's the name. Calyrex, I think it's Calyrex. It's a grass type psychic Pokemon. It's a new mythical for Crown Tundra. It looks kind of weird to me. It looks like a big crown, but we'll see how that goes and what the story is. It looks like he kind of was a ruler of Galar, so that's kind of interesting to see where his lore awaits. I know that it's a little bit further down the line, so we didn't get too much information on that. We also got a couple new Reggies. That's interesting. I didn't think we'd ever see more Reggies, but makes sense. One looks electric, one looks dragon. So we'll see how that goes, because the Reggies were created during each era or time. So one could be from the Age of Dragons and one could be from the Age of Technology, so a more modern Reggie. That could be kind of interesting. We also got new Galarian forms. We got new Slowpoke, and it's going to have 2 different evolutions depending on the game and the item. So the Isle of Armor is going to have a Slowbro evolution, and then the Crown Tundra is going to have a Slowking evolution. So I wonder what typings they're going to be, what's going to be different about them. Slowpoke looks the same. I caught mine. It was a free update, so you got it. You got a little story piece, kind of getting excited for these DLCs. We also have a Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres Galarian forms. Looks interesting. Anybody talking smack about Moltres is in for it. Zapdos looks a lot better. It's more like a chocobo looking thing now, so that's kind of cool. Articuno looks about the same. It just looks more ghost type. That's the only one that I feel like has a set like type that we can kind of guess. It looks very much like a ghost type. The other ones can go any way, because Moltres still has fire. It could be dark, but I'm wondering how their flying typing is going to add into it. We'll see how that goes. There's more trainer customization, so you can dress up like Marnie if you want. You can dress up like whomever you like, any character in the game, and it looks really cool and interesting. We got new G-Max Pokemon, so the starters are going to have Gigantamax forms. Rillaboom looks great. I'm glad I picked Rillaboom. Cinderace was just on a giant soccer ball, fire soccer ball. Inteleon, his tail grows long and he has a gun, so that's kind of cool. Then we also get it for the starters from Kanto. We got G-Max Venusaur and G-Max Blastoise. Both of them look great. Overall, I think this is a great step forward in Pokemon kind of coming into the modern world. I think this is the way to go, as opposed to us buying a brand new game just for a few little content here and there. I would much rather be able to pay a certain amount and get new areas to explore. It's not the ideal situation, but it is better than nothing at all, than having to pay $60 for a brand new game, and basically have the same experience with just a couple areas to explore here and there, kind of like Platinum, or, they don't really add much to the story in the long run. But this is a great way to go, and I'm looking forward to it. I know there's criticism, but I think it's fair in that sense that adding the Pokemon back in, these are just going to be areas where these 200 Pokemon that were cut can be found more commonly. But if you have them in your previous game, just go ahead and transfer them, or if you know someone, you can just transfer them, and that solves your problems basically. And they're not trying to cheat you out of any money. It's fair. It's something we've been doing because certain Pokemon aren't available in every game, and we use Bank to bring them into our games anyways. So this is fair in that sense. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the new Pokemon expansions. That's my opinion on it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Is this how you want to see Pokemon going forward, or should they have done something different? All right, guys, as always, follow me on my various social media sites on AwesomeModelK, or my Tumblr at TheConnoisseur. All right, GG.